How's it going over here?
It's going good.
To show all the stuff I love.
Yeah.
Okay, come here. And here's one other thing I love.
Greetings, loved ones, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another I Love This Stuff with Meghan Hughes. I'm Meghan Hughes, and this is a series where I show you everything I have been loving. I have a lot of things to share with you that I've been loving over the course of the past 3 months, because my last I Love This Stuff was in July, so it's been a minute, and let's just go ahead and get into the bathroom goodies. My favorite first category that I apparently love to sing. And my first product I have been loving over the past few months, honestly, and even before that, I loved this product, but Native's plastic-free deodorants. We love their work. I've been using Native for over 2 years now, and they're just incredible. Shout out to Native for sponsoring this video. Again, they sponsored my last one, and I just want to be transparent with you guys. Native is going to be sponsoring me over the course of the next few months, and I'm personally incredibly stoked about that news because I've been using them for so long, and we're just a match made in heaven. You know what I mean? And if you guys don't know who a Native is or what Native is, they are a natural deodorant company, and they just recently introduced their 100% plastic-free paperboard packaging, which people had been asking for like 2 years, me being one of those people. So we're really happy to have it featured on this channel, baby. I can compost these bad boys in my backyard. The paper is from sustainably managed forests. They also, this is something that I just learned today, but Native is a 1% for the planet partner, meaning that they donate 1% of the plastic-free deodorant sales to environmental nonprofits. We love to see it. So let's just talk about the scents really quickly. This charcoal one, this honestly smells like a fresh, brand spanking new bar of soap in an amazing way. The citrus and herbal musk, this is Finley's fave. He was doing a little smelly smell of these with me when I got them, and he was like, oh, that's musky. That's something I would wear. This is the one that I actually started using for the very first time when I first found out about Native, and it is their coconut and vanilla. And it is so sweet smelling. It's perfect for fall right now. It's just like a warm scent. It smells like fresh baked cookies. Ugh, I just love it so much. So this is definitely my fave that I've been using right now. But all of their scents, fire. Incredible. And speaking of this one, I actually forgot that I didn't put on deodorant today, so I'm just gonna do a little, you know, don't mind me. Put it on under my shirt. The texture is amazing. It's nice, dry, non-sticky. I can wear it when I work out and I'm not a sweaty Betty. And there's just so many perks to using a natural deodorant. They're aluminum, paraben, sulfate-free, vegan, cruelty-free, all the freaking good things. They have familiar ingredients like coconut oil, shea butter, all the good stuff for your skin that's not gonna irritate you, at least in my experience. And they have free shipping to the US. And a 3-pack of Native plastic-free deodorants normally retail at $39, but with my link and with my code, which you can get down below, my code is MeghanHughes2, you will get 25% off, aka these will come out to $29. Anyways, shout out to Native for sponsoring yet another video. Now, for my next bathroom goodie fave, this honestly looks like a really weird contraption, but it's just a stainless steel tongue scraper. And you know, sometimes your girl has bad breath. I will be honest, especially in the mornings. I think we can all agree that we all get morning breath. And so now, whenever I brush my teeth in the mornings, I just do a big scrape of my tongue with this tongue scraper that I got from Plastic Free Pursuit. And it's just incredible. I'll link it down below. You guys know I'm a sucker for a plastic-free product. Now, let's get into food favorites, because honestly, that is like slightly the theme of this I Love This Stuff, because I just have so many of them to share with you that I've been loving over the past few months. Let's start with watermelon avocado mint salad. Oh my God. Mind-blowing. I found the recipe for this in my microbiome cookbook, and I'm just gonna leave the recipe in the description for you guys because it's really easy. It's basically just watermelon, an entire avocado, a little hint of citrus, a little lemon or lime or orange or whatever you're into, some salt, some pepper. Your girl's been shredding her homegrown mint on top, and then sometimes I'll even add in a little dash of balsamic. And it's just one of those things where you're like, I wouldn't think that these flavors would taste so amazing together, but they do. And I just need you guys to try it out if you like avocado, if you like watermelon, mint, all the things. Just please, for me, do it. And while we're talking about fruit, let me just get out one of my favorite fruits of this season right now. It's grape season, baby, and your girl is loving it. Oh my God, a little baby grape just flew onto my floor. I'm going to need to pick that up before my dogs come back up here. Anyways, cotton candy grapes. I really, in my small peanut mind, thought that these were for some reason only in Southern California, and then I found them in Montana on my family trip, and then I came home and I saw them in my Oregon grocery store, and I said, oh my God, I haven't had one of those in so long. And I actually vlogged myself trying one of these for the first time in many years. I just don't understand how one little grape can taste like you're eating a freaking cotton candy surprise ice cream or an actual stick of cotton candy at a fair or something of the sort. They're just incredible. I've been snacking on these so much while I edit recently, and every time I go to the grocery store, I just get a nice big old bag of them. And I've been loving it, so I needed to share because it is grape season and it's just, highlight of the fall season, truly. Apart from the squash. Okay, and next I have a food/recipe book fave to share with you. I thrifted this gigantic vegetarian cookbook for like $1 a couple years ago when I first moved to Oregon, and it has so many recipes in it. I could talk about this book for a while. It's called The Greatest Ever Vegetarian Cookbook. But let me just talk about 2 things in this cookbook that I've been making a lot. First being frittatas. For some reason, I just can't stop making a damn frittata. I'm in a frittata phase. If you get me a nice egg meal, I will love you forever. I just love eggs. I've loved them for so long. And it's one of my favorite things to eat. So I definitely have been using all of the frittata recipes in this book, but also the risotto recipes. I mean, darlings, there are so many. There's red pepper risotto. There's risotto with mushrooms, which because we grow a lot of oyster in lion's mane, I use that recipe all the freaking time. I can't get enough of risotto and frittata. I mean, it's just been like a theme of my life. I had to talk about it, okay? So if you've never made either of those, maybe in the next month, you could have a nice cooking for your friends and family moment and make them either a risotto or frittata and say, I watched this girl, Meghan Hughes, on YouTube and she's like really obsessed with this stuff, so I thought I'd try it out. Okay, next. I have lots of books to share. Well, 3 books. If you want to read all of my book reviews, you can go to my Bookstagram page where I review books. It is Mother Truckin' Bookworms, baby. I also have a Goodreads account, which has the same reviews, but you can track my reading for when I finished them and see all my past reviews and all that stuff in a nice list. I digress. Your girl loves to read. We know this. I wanted to talk about, just really briefly, some books that I've read that I highly recommend. If you guys love fantasy, you need to read Terry Pratchett. More importantly, the Tiffany Aching series. This is the first book in that series, and I have the rest of the books in this, and I am just like itching to read them, but I need to tie up some loose ends with other books that I've been reading while I waited for them to get in from thrift books. Anywho's, I just love fantasy. I love a nice like fairy tale-esque world with little fairies and witches and just all of the fun folklore. I just love it so much. So I highly recommend that. Terry Pratchett is also just such a funny author and just such a classic guy. Miss you, man. Never met him, just assume he was a good lad. Anywho's, this was one of our book club books for, I believe, August. Normal People by Sally Rooney. This was turned into a show on Hulu, which is also on my list to talk about, which I just wanted to say that I freaking loved, and I thought it was a pretty accurate representation of the book. But obviously in film and book interpretations, I pretty much always recommend reading the book first. And I really enjoyed this, and I really enjoyed watching the series as well. I like binge watched it when I was nannying one weekend, and it was just incredible. Only when the kids went to sleep, not like sitting there the entire weekend like, hey kids, go make yourself a sandwich. Megan's watching Normal People. It is not a kid-friendly program Anyways, this is the book that I just finished, which was My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Ottessa Moshfegh, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And this was a dark comedy book, I would say. The topic was very serious. It touched on depression and addiction, and so if you have kind of triggers around those things, I would say that maybe this isn't the book for you, because it was just written in the way of like the first person perspective of somebody who was going through really dark times. And Moshfegh just had a really interesting way of writing it. That's just all I can say, is like, if you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. But the reason why this book is in I Love This Stuff is because of the end. Like, whew, boy. Can we talk about the end in the DMs on my book review account? Because holy cow, I don't want to talk about it in the comments just in case any of you are planning on reading this or haven't finished it or whatever, but oh my god, it just was really summarized well, let me say, and I really enjoyed reading that for our October book club. And obviously I'm uploading this in October, so you guys can still get your hands on the book and read it with us for October, but I already finished it and I already wrote my review. I finished the book in like a week. It was just such an easy read for me, and I was just like bing bang boom, and here we are chatting about it. Other than books, I have been playing a lot of games this year throughout quarantine and just in my life in general. Finley and I are board game lovers, any kind of game lovers. So I got this actually in Montana during my family trip because my best friend Anna Lee has this game, my sister Lindsay has this game, and whenever I hang out with them, I ask them to bring it. And so then when we were in Montana, I was like, why don't I just buy it for our house? And I have been loving it. No regrets. This is just such a fun game to play. It's definitely like a party slash drinking game kind of a vibe for sure. And it's super easy. You literally just like match captions to memes and somebody will like judge you and pick the best one, and then you just collect all your cars and you're like, we're playing until somebody gets 5 or somebody gets 10 or whatever. And it's pretty much just like who's funniest, you know, and you kind of like get the sense for other people's humor, and like whoever is the judge, you can kind of think about like, what would they think is funny? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put in this caption for this because they might pick it, you know? And I kind of like that psychology, honestly, of just like trying to, I don't know, figure out what your friends and family would think is giggle worthy. Anywho's, really love that game, just wanted to shout it out. Other than reading and playing games, I have been just watching a lot of TV, I'll be honest with you. I started rewatching Glee, and I just finished seasons 1 through 3, which if you watch Glee or you are a Glee stan, you know that there were some big changes after season 3, and I have not started season 4 yet, but I'm thinking that I might. And honestly, it was just such a good idea. It's on Netflix. I used to watch that show all the time. Every week after dance class, my sister Lindsay and I would sit on the couch, watch Glee, and paint our nails a different color of like OPI something, you know, in the beauty guru days when nail polish was the hottest trend. It still is, you just don't paint your nails, Meg. Anyways, highly recommend rewatching Glee if you used to watch it. It's just so fun and there's so many great songs in it. I also decided to watch the show Pose on Netflix, which was so iconic. The category is absolutely incredible. If you guys have watched the show, you know it is just incredible. It has a great way of representing transgender, black, queer culture in the drag scene in the 80s slash early 90s in New York, and it's just so well done. All of the characters are incredible. I loved it so much. Also, Pen 15 is back, and that was one of my favorite shows that I watched last year. And so now that it came back for season 2, I just finished it, and it was just so good. I felt like it summarized so well. And Pen 15 is basically a show that's kind of like playing into the embarrassing and like just weird things that happened in middle school. And the actresses who play the main characters are in their 30s, but they act like middle schoolers. And it might sound weird, but it's so fucking funny. I just love it so much. So if you guys haven't seen that show, it's on Hulu and it's just fantastic. And I laugh out loud every episode. It's just absurd, honestly. So highly recommend that show. And then lastly, the thing that we have been watching so much recently is Disney Plus. I cannot wait to just watch all of the Halloween movies on Disney Plus this fall season. But apart from movies and all of that kind of thing, we've been watching a lot of like old Monsters Inc. and The Incredibles and like Finding Dory and all that stuff, which which you guys know, I mean, they're just all-time faves for a lot of people. But also, I feel like a hidden category of Disney Plus that a lot of people don't like watch a lot is Disney Shorts. They have a whole shorts like category on the website, and it's just so incredible. My favorite one was Bayo, I believe it's pronounced. They just have such an amazing way of displaying various cultures. I really enjoyed La Luna. What else? Jack Jack Attack, because I love Jack Jack in The Incredibles. There's so many shorts to pick from, and they're like 5 to 10 minutes or so, so they're easy binge watches, you know? And they're just so well done. So highly recommend, if you guys have Disney Plus, to watch some shorts in your free time sometime. And now, as for what I have been listening to, I have a new favorite podcast, which is called Unpack and Bounce Back with Raina Biddy and Sky Townsend. I talk about this a lot in my vlogs. I think that they just wrapped up their first like season of the show, so there's not going to be new episodes coming out for a couple months. But this is also great because you guys can go back and listen to every single episode they've ever done, which is what I did. I have listened to all of them. It's such an impeccable show. I just love the nice back and forth. Raina is very serious. She's a poet, but she also, you know, you get some giggles in there with her. But her cousin Sky, who is also the co-host, is so funny. So it's a nice balance of like serious topics and like beautifully woven words from Raina with just like Sky's comedy, and also Sky's super well spoken as well. I mean, just the dynamic is truly why I listen. It is so great, and all of the life lessons are amazing, and they talk about the best stuff, honestly, like boundaries and getting over heartbreak and losing friends and just friendship in general, and you know, human connection and just all these things. It's like, oh, love it. And it's also a female-run, black-run show, so we love to support, love those girls so much, and just wanted to share. The next thing I've been listening to is a band called Krungbin. I've been really listening to a lot of them lately. They're just so jazzy, and their new album specifically is what I've been bumping so much of recently, but I just shuffle their entire discography a lot of the time. But the new album is called Mordechai, and it is so good. I need to get it on vinyl. It's just incredible. And speaking of incredible music, I am late to the party, but Folklore by Taylor Swift, my dudes, oh my god, so incredible. She was serving me her old music vibes, my dudes. I love it so much. I've been blasting a lot of Folklore over the course of this past week, and I've been getting a lot of questions and support about it from my Twitch peeps because I have like a public Spotify so people can see that I've been listening to it nonstop, and they're like, you love Taylor Swift too? I'm a Taylor stan. So for all of the Taylor stans out there, your girl is on the Folklore train, and I get it, dude. I used to listen to Taylor so much back in the day, and then I kind of stopped, but now Folklore has brought me back into the Taylor wave, so I'm just riding it out, my dudes. Might have to get Folklore on vinyl as well. Anyways, how I wanted to wrap this up today is by just shouting out some pages that I really love following, whether it be on YouTube or on Instagram. I did a like share the love art video back in the day. I think it was like 2016 or 17 that I did this, but I just decided a couple weeks ago, like, why not do this in my I love this stuff videos and share the absolute love of these people that I have. First being an Instagram called Uncommon Arts. I purchased some stickers that are just so funny. This is Towley from South Park, and they also have a lot of Animal Crossing funny stickers, and this is Leaf just getting his buzz on, and then this is also one of my faves, Meringue. I have Meringue living on my Animal Crossing island, so I needed to get this. But definitely go and follow them on Instagram or support their Etsy shop, Uncommon Arts. They sent them to me so fast, and I've just been loving the new sticker editions, so I just wanted to say that. We love supporting some art. And speaking of supporting art, I wanted to shout out my friend Rianne, who has an which is an odd spelling, so I don't really know how to properly pronounce it, but I believe it's Desiaka. I don't know, man, but I'm just gonna obviously put it on the screen for you guys. But she makes such amazing like mushroom illustrations, fairy illustrations, fairy core vibes for sure. She makes like a lot of people who have big mushroom or flower heads, and like, oh, it's just so much fun. I would love to get like a tattoo of one of her designs in the future, but I just wanted to shout her out because she actually had a situation recently where she was getting her artwork stolen by a bigger page, and the bigger page was like sharing it just acting as if it was their original idea. So I really wanted to shout out Rianne's page because she is the one who came up with all of those ideas in the first place, my dudes. I'm not gonna say who the person was who was stealing the art, but I'm just gonna say go and follow the OG queen herself who is doing all this amazing art. I just love her. She's such like a nice internet friend to have as well, so I just wanted to share. I also wanted to share a TikToker slash singer. If you guys didn't know, I started a TikTok. It's just at Meghan Hughes. I really only have one post on there right now, but I follow this girl on Instagram who I actually found on Instagram, not on TikTok, and her name is Madeline the Person, and she makes singing TikToks and then she'll also upload them to like her stories and stuff like that, or her Instagram page, and that's how I found out about her. But her range, my dudes, it's just so insane. She makes such amazing covers, and I just really wanted to shout her out because I just love her so much. Like, she brightens my day when I see her on Instagram. So just wanted to share that TikTok queen. And then the last person I wanted to talk about is Hannah Lee Dugan on YouTube here. And I actually found out about Hannah's channel because one of my subscribers sent her page to me back in June when I was dealing with some kind of like BLM related deletion of videos, and somebody was like, Hannah Lee Dugan had the same thing happen to her. And then I checked out Hannah's page and I was like, oh my god, this girl is so cool. She does van life videos, but also so much DIY videos, like building forts, and you know, she's like wiring her new cabin that she's living in with electricity and doing all these like amazing DIY projects just hands-on alone by herself. And I just feel like her style of video is incredible, like her editing and just everything that she's doing. She shoots it all on her iPhone, but it's fire, dude. Like, she's just a strong, capable queen, and I love to see women stepping into that role on their channels of just like building shit hands-on and being like, I can do this, and I'm going to learn how to do this, and I'm going to show you how to do it as well, and it's going to turn out great. All of her projects are just incredible to watch. I just wanted to shout her out because I feel like we kind of have a similar vibe. Like, she loves nature and everything, and I would love to just like pick her brain for an afternoon. Anyways, go and subscribe to her. She's great. In summary, I just wanted to say, I love this stuff. I had so much to share today, so I hope you were down for it. I love you guys a lot. Again, shout out to Native for sponsoring this video. Go and check out the description for more info so you guys can get some plastic-free deodorants for yourselves. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring the notifications bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload. You can become a patron of mine if you want to support my earnings for this month and just see more vids from me. I upload a lot to there every month. So I love you guys, and I'll just see you in my next video. Stay smiling. Bye, y'all.